everyone, welcome back to my channel, Koki Creative. My name is Elena, and today we are in an apartment in San Myshuno, 131021 Chic Street. You might be familiar with this apartment. It's pretty small, so it's kind of fun to decorate. And we're also using custom content. Yes, this is the first time I use custom content on my channel. I do use it in my personal game quite a lot, but honestly, ever since I started making content for The Sims and uploading a lot to the gallery, I don't end up using a lot of my custom content that I have. So I thought, why not? I've been seeing it a lot on Instagram, and I figured maybe people wouldn't mind seeing a couple custom content builds of mine here and there. Maybe it'll encourage me to use some custom content more often. And plus, I've been kind of in a CC shopping mood, and I end up getting a whole bunch of new stuff for this apartment. I absolutely love this kitchen. I'll put all of the custom content that I use in this build in the description below, so you can check it out, maybe download it if you don't have it already. I'm sorry for everyone but PC users, because you can't get custom content. That's one reason why I usually just build vanilla without any custom content, because I do want to make sure that my content can be used for everyone. But you know, it is fun every so often to switch things up. I felt like I had so much to work with. Like, I went out and I downloaded like so much stuff. I probably spent almost more time CC shopping than I did actually building this. And then when I started to build this, I ended up cropping a lot out just of me checking out swatches, looking through what I just downloaded, because I had to familiarize myself with everything I just downloaded, because everything was just so new. And I even put a filter on in my little build by down there. I don't know what to call it right now, but of just custom content. So that way I was only looking at custom content, because I wanted to use as much CC as possible in this. I did use a couple in-game things that were necessary, because I mean, there's only so much that I have. I know some people's CC folders are absolutely insane, and yeah, mine isn't that crazy. I used to have a couple years ago, and I had a lot of alpha CC because I used to download from the Sims resource a lot, and that had a lot of alpha CC, and I just didn't really love the way a lot of it looked in my game, just personally, and I ended up getting rid of a lot of it, because I was the kind of person that just downloaded like everything. I just was like, this is cool, let me just download every single thing from this person's every single thing. And not that it just wasn't my favorite, just because I didn't. Yeah, anyway, I don't need to explain myself. You get it. There's a million discussions about this on the internet if you want to look up people's discussions between Maxis Batch and CC and Alpha, but it doesn't matter right here, right now. It's 8 a.m. Oh no, it's 9 a.m. now. I'm still waking up. So the vibe of this apartment, I wasn't sure what I was going to go for. I really just wanted to see what custom content I had available, and I was just going to kind of go for that. And it ended up kind of being a little like boho-y, which, I mean, I love that. And the floors I'm using right now are Spa Day, but I did end up making them like square tiles instead by using Control F. That's like my favorite little trick in the book for making my own fake CC flooring. But you can see more of that in other videos of mine. Let's talk more about what you see right here in front of you. I really love this TV. I wish I could remember all the CC that I have right here. Again, it'll all be in my description below, but I really like being able to add like light switches and little things like that, because I feel like that makes builds look more realistic. So there was a point I did crop it out, but near the end you'll see like light switches everywhere. But I wanted it to be like a real house. So I made sure that there were outlets available and light switches near every door, and it like what a real house would look like, because I don't like empty looking walls, but I don't really want art to be on every single wall either, if that makes sense. I didn't want this house to be like overly cluttered, even though it is pretty cluttered, because it is pretty small, this like apartment, but I wanted it to also kind of have very open feel. And that's a bar cart, by the way, if you can't tell. I fixed this little basket on top of the books later with the tool mod, so that way the books aren't clipping through the basket. I just don't show that on camera, so just in case you're wondering. But a thing I did want to say is that I might actually put this up for download on a website called customcontents.net. I just recently started putting my stuff on there for like all my, obviously I don't have any custom content builds up there yet, but I figured maybe that would be a fun place to put some custom content builds. They're all free. Nothing's behind a paywall. I don't really feel like making money from this. It just, for me, dealing with people's credit card information and stuff like that just sounds like really stressful. I have too much anxiety as is. I don't have time for doing that. I already had a business that I closed for like that kind of reasons. So yeah, nothing will be behind like a paywall. Just download and enjoy if you want. I just, this is also an apartment, so it makes it kind of weird since you would have to download it room by room. I will open it up so you wouldn't have to do that, but you'd have to place it at 1310 21 Chic Street if you want this. Who knows? Anyway, I also made a sim with this. Right now her color theme is blue, but I do change it later to green because everything has to match. She's super cute, and I have so much custom content for Cass. That's usually what I get CC for. I have lots and lots of Cass CC because personally, that is where, if you looked at my CC folder, a majority is for Cass and not for building, which is kind of funny. Usually when I'm playing, my sims are like head to toe covered in custom content, and then the builds I play in are usually my builds that I've made. And then, because I might as well use my builds. I spend hours building for, someone, so I might as well play my own builds. Yeah, so that's about that. So anyway, we're moving into the living room. This is kind of the point in the build where I bounce around, and I kind of, you can kind of see it in some of my videos. I try to crop it out, but I usually like zoom out and I wiggle the camera around. I try to cut it out as much as I can, but that's usually me trying to make sure that the colors all match and that there's not too much of one color in one spot, or that the flow all matches. If that makes any sense. I do so much camera wiggling. It's kind of pisses me off, to be honest, when I'm editing, because I have to cut out so much of the camera wiggling. I don't want to get anyone motion sickness. I personally don't get motion sickness. I play a lot of VR. I like do aerial silk stuff, hang upside down, can spin for days. But I do know people that get motion sickness, so I want to make sure I cater to a wide audience and I don't make anyone sick watching my videos. Like, that's the last thing I want. Yeah. So, if you notice a lot of camera wiggling, I do apologize. I really try to cut it out, but there's only so much editing one person can do. Yeah, and then I'm gonna finish putting a little clutter up. Oh, and a lot of this is from Ravishing. I love all of their stuff. A lot of their stuff is not just for looks, it's also playable. So like that little camera you saw a second ago I had in the bedroom, you can ever. I can't exactly remember what it does right now, but there's also a little flash drive, there's a little floppy disk. Every single thing actually does a thing also, which I really appreciate. It's not just for aesthetics, it's a playable object. So I'm a big fan of objects that are more than just for looks. Like, you know how there's a tea set that comes with my wedding stories you can actually drink tea from. I want more objects like that because I don't really care for just simple, this is just for aesthetics, this is just for display reasons. I want more things that I can click on and play with, because as a player, it gets kind of boring after a while, and I kind of want more things I can interact with. So that's just a thing. Just FYI. The more things I can interact with, the better. If I were to ever make CC, if I ever found the time, I would want to do stuff like that. I think that would be really fun. Oh, this is also completely play tested too. I ended up welcoming the welcome wagon. Yay. And when I take, you'll see in the screenshots at the end of this video that you will see the fruitcake. Yes, I did accept the fruitcake. I can't remember if my sim liked the fruitcake or not, so I'll have to give you an update on that later, because that is important. I do always try the fruitcake. I know people hate on the welcome wagon, but I actually kind of, okay, and I've hated on it too, but I do kind of like it. You're gonna hate me for saying that, but when I'm in game and I'm playing and I just moved in and I'm trying to find like neighbor friends, I don't mind it. And also the free fruitcake, I'm like, well, could be worse things. And it's always kind of exciting to see if my sims like fruitcake or not. Sometimes they do. And also this fruitcake doesn't spoil, so it's kind of nice. You can keep it out. Just as a change of opinions. Maybe you want to hear someone not hating on the welcome wagon and fruitcake. I'm not saying that I like it all the time, but every so often I'm like, oh, the welcome wagon. Sure, come on in. Let's party. Let's have a good time. Let me eat your grandma's secret recipe fruitcake or whatever they say whenever you dive right in. Anyway, so now I'm going through. One thing I'm trying to find more of is just like random clutter, because I found that I downloaded a lot of like big pieces like beds and couches, but I needed more like little things for this small apartment. The amount of stuff I downloaded was absolutely perfect. But I'm working on another custom content apartment. How many times can I say custom content in one video? But I felt like it was coming out the same style because I only downloaded, a certain amount of stuff. And I really wanted it to be different. So, yeah, I'm trying to find some more. I really like Maxis Match. So if you have any suggestions, put it in the comments below. I usually look at Tumblr because Tumblr, I personally find a lot of good stuff on there, but if you have any other suggestions, let me know. We're coming up to the end of this video, so let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Maybe hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I hope you have a wonderful day and week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.